Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Deion Hopkins, and this is the Human Nature Project. Yo, what's up, everybody? Let's jump into the show real quick. Once again, I am Deion Hopkins. This is Human Nature Project. Yeah, so look. Last episode we talked about social perception, right? Seeing yourself for what everyone else sees you as, right? Now, let's really focus on that particular statement. Being able to see yourself the way other people see you, right? So, imagine someone being so humble that they never realize how good they are, right? Now imagine that person being you with everything that you do, okay? So if you have a certain worth level to you and you don't believe in it, then you're going to become insecure about certain things, right? So I'm not that good. I don't really have those skills. Those type of sayings go on in your mind constantly when everyone else is out there like, oh my God, you're so good. Oh my God, you're so talented. Da, da, da. And you're like, no, I'm not. I don't know. And it's one thing to be humble. It's another thing to not know, right? So there has to be a form of knowledge of your abilities, right? You have to know to a certain extent how good you are. You don't want someone building your house that says they're not good at building houses, right? You don't want someone working on your car that says they're not good at working on your car, right? So in order to sell yourself, you have to know your worth. And it doesn't necessarily mean sell yourself as like financially, out there selling your products and actually salesman, but to even get in the door of anything, you need to understand your worth, relationship wise, family wise, and job career wise. Everything has an acceptance rate of a certain standard, right? And you have to know your level, your standard level. Okay? So the very first thing you need to understand is being able to see yourself the way other people see you. Right? Being able to see yourself the way other people see you as an incredible person that you are. Being able to say, I know I'm good, but I'm gonna humble myself. Like I said, it's a difference between being humble and not knowing. So stay humble. But know your worth as knowing exactly what you're capable of, right? Knowing exactly what you can and cannot do, your limitations, and always look forward, pushing past those limitations. There was a point in time in my life where I've always, and I still have these thoughts, if I don't know, I can find out. If you ask me a question and I don't know the answer to it, I'll say, hold on, let me figure this out. Because now it's a question that's been asked me, and now I want to know the answer. If not for this time, for next time, now I have the knowledge. So that's always something we want to do. Then, being able to understand what everyone else understands about you, right? There's a lot of perception that just falls around you, just circles you, and you never really see it until someone says it to you. Okay? So Sadhguru, and you can go check him out. Sadhguru says, he said, imagine if you didn't brush your teeth, right? And I'm hoping everyone brushes their teeth. But imagine if you didn't for a day. Now say you go for a week without brushing your teeth. You can almost taste it, right? but your nose and mouth are close, completely close, yet you can't smell your own breath. Everyone around you can. You can't. And that's a problem, right? Yeah, that's why we do the breath check. Do the breath check, right? But you should be able to know what's going on with you before anyone else does, right? So if someone else can say that you're good at something, you should know that already. If someone else says that you can do something, you should be the first one to know that. Your limitations are set by you, right? And that's a whole nother thing, but your limitations can only go as far as you push them. If you have a bar set so high and you never want to get higher, you'll never get higher. No one else is forcing that on you. No one else is saying you can't get higher, but you. Trainers and gymnasts and basketball players, they all push through a certain limit. When you're in business and you have sales quotas and stuff, you have to push through certain limits in order to reach the next goal. So, there's always going to be a wall that you have to push through. And in order to get through that, you have to know the tools that you're using, right? And not everyone is using the same tools. So you have to know your tools. You have to know your work. You have to know what you are capable of doing, right? I'm going to show my nerd side right now. But imagine the Justice League or the Avengers, whoever you're for, DC or Marvel, doesn't matter right now. But imagine those teams, those groups of people, right? They are all strong in their own wheelhouse, right? None of them have the same abilities, right? But they all can be a stand-alone hero. You have to figure out your abilities and attune and just become one with yourself and be able to be your standalone hero, so that when everyone else sees you, they see this person that you already know you are.
What we do here is go
and
back.
You'll be surprised how many boundaries and walls you push through, right? You'll be surprised how many people you surprise, right? I can't tell you how many times I've done things and people are like, "Whoa, you can do that? you did that? I didn't know. And how could they? Without you knowing that you can do it, right? Without you knowing that you can push through those. So, and a lot of that comes with knowing exactly what to do and when to do it, right? Imagine yourself in a situation that, alright, so there's a problem, right? There's a problem, and everyone around you doesn't know how to solve it. Let's say, your car or someone's car is stuck on the side of the road, and you pull over to ask them if they need help. Hopefully, you guys are being safe, but you pull over and you ask them, what's the problem? And everyone's standing around like, we don't know. But you look and you see that they have a flat tire. And they go, well, okay, I see that it's a flat tire, but I don't know what to do about that. If you have the knowledge, you're going to imply that knowledge, correct? You're not just going to sit there and be like, oh, well, I know how to change a flat tire, but I ain't going to tell you. That's pointless. What was your point of pulling over? What's your point of doing something in the first place if you're not going to utilize your abilities? So when you say certain things like, I can't, I mustn't, I won't, I shouldn't, I don't know how, I don't have the strength to, I'm not smart enough. These are limiters that you're putting on yourself. I always say, never say I can't, always say I will. If you physically right now aren't able to, then learn how to do so. There's there was a story of a kid with Down syndrome out in Florida who just ran the Ironman competition, right? Now, how many times did did someone say, he can't do that? Is he gonna be okay? Is he gonna be safe? But it's impossible for him. But that man did that. It finished, But it wasn't because he sat there and said, oh man, I don't know if I'm strong enough. I don't know if I'm smart enough. I don't know if I'm fast enough. I don't know if I can do this. He said, it's something I want to do. I'm going to do it. Point blank period. He figured out how much it was worth to him and how much he was worth to himself. And he did it. It's a dope story. I thought you could check it out. It's a dope story. But you see things like that every day in all walks of life. So, excuse me, some just happen. But yeah, if I cry, I promise you something in my eye. But know yourself, right? Know your worth, and then be able to apply that worth to everyday life, right? So, I'm gonna tell you something about me. Okay? I have a yes complex. Right? And it's a curse. It is. But I don't know if you all seen that movie Yes Man, right? With Jim Carrey, Yes Man. So I have an inability to say no that I'm working on. But if someone asks me to do something, my first mind goes to, yeah, I can do it. Well, yeah, I'll do it. And if I see a problem, I'm like, oh, can I fix it? I'll fix it. I was the guy in class when they asked the question. I know it. I know the answer. Yeah. Even if I didn't, And it's caused me to have two adverse reactions, right? One, I tend to put myself in situations that I can't get myself out of, right? And two, it's taught me to be able to learn and develop skills because I put myself into these positions that I can't get myself out of, and now I have to solve this problem, right? So I say no a lot more now than I used to, but when I was younger, oh goodness, there wasn't nothing in this world that I couldn't do. And man, you know how to fix an ATV? Yeah, I can fix an ATV, sure. Yeah. Give me that thing that go clank clank when you twist it. Yeah, I got that. You mean the ratchet? Yeah. Yeah, that thing. Now I know how to work on ATVs. You push yourself past limits, right? That's what I'm trying to get out of that. You put yourself past limits, and you surprise yourself. You surprise those around you, and you increase your worth. Once your worth is somewhere where you feel satisfied, no one can stop you, right? No one can stop you. You become invincible. You become like top tier predator level, like check me out, who wants some now, right? So once you take this to a certain level, once you get your mindset right, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get our mindsets right so we can go out into society and not have it phase us in certain ways, anxiety, depression, those type of things. We can eliminate that with a simple mindset change on how we think about our day-to-day life. Fear is the root of everything. That's why I say don't live fearless, right? Because fear, that doesn't mean that you can't have fear. It just means that if you have fear, if you're afraid of doing something, do it scared, right? And realize that there was nothing to be afraid of in the first place. Will Smith says that a lot. He says this parachute jumping experience that he had, how he was afraid in the bed the night before, you know, and up until the point of actually jumping out of the airplane, you know, and you can go check that out. Will Smith, was one of the guys that I look into a lot. But why are you afraid the night before? It's because you don't know your own abilities. You know, you don't know what you can do. You don't know how much you can handle, how much you can go through, how much problem you can solve. So, you know, once you get through that, you'll be good. So, yeah, you know, I'll leave you with that. Live fearless, my friends, my family, and let's get popping.